welcome along to Love.Live.Local, spotlighting all the great businesses and events and charities and everybody around the Maharangi region. And someone I've known for a while and has got quite a good background, including radio, is Grant from Carlton Party Hire. G'day, Grant.
G'day, Brent. How you doing?
Not too bad. So let's talk a bit about your background, because I think, like me, you've worked in radio before, haven't you?
Yeah, back in the mid '80s, I was at 898 FM in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I had the illustrious career of being a mid-dawn jock, and yeah, you know all about that.
Yeah. People forget about that. You and I used to have to play records. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And I just used to do it part time, and I do it on a Friday night, Saturday morning, and a Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Mm.
Although I was always amazed at the amount of times when I'd slip in a 12-inch version of a single, and the program director would ring me and say, "What are you playing that for?"
We've all been there. We've all been in trouble with the boss, that's for sure.
Yep.
I don't know if you made any classic mistakes like me where I played all the records at the wrong speed once. That got me in a bit of trouble.
Probably my biggest faux pas I made was when I spilt a cup of coffee onto the desk.
Yeah. No one forgives you in a hurry for that, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
Now, you've also been a firefighter and you've been in a band, so tell us a bit about that as well.
So, fire service wise, I started my career in 1992 as a volunteer at Silverdale.
Mm-hmm.
And by 1995, I joined the pay staff. And I actually finished up in the paid staff in 2017, having worked throughout the North Shore. Worked at every single fire station on the North Shore. Spent quite a number of years at Central Fire Station, Avondale Fire Station, Parnell Fire Station, and finished my career at Devonport, the retirement village, as they call it.
Hey, you're in my old hood growing up at Avondale Fire Station. That's I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it was interesting times there. In fact, I remember my first ever shift that I did there, and roaring house fire at lunchtime, and that was my introduction to Avondale.
Wow. Okay, so, lunchtime. That's good effort, really, isn't it? And you played in various bands in that as well for fun.
Yep, I've been playing the drums since I was 6. Won't say how old I am now, but let's just say that I was on the pub circuit for one of the breweries in Taranaki in the late 70s through to about 1984, and we used to trip around all the breweries' pubs and play Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, and when we weren't doing the pubs, then we were doing cabarets and that sort of thing as well. So back in the days, the old Gay Gordons and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And mighty fine feeds at 10 o'clock at night when it was supper time.
I'm sure. Now, when did you first start getting involved in doing events?
So really, about 2005, and Melita was working for V8 Supercars,
mm-hmm.
and I got asked if I'd like to help with Pukekohe round, and I've been working in events ever since.
Right.
For me, it was a real eye opener, having to be here, there, and everywhere, and basically doing a lot of problem solving or assisting with problem solving, and went from, like, V8 Supercars was massive, absolutely massive. You'd have 120,000 people there over a weekend, and I just got hooked.
It's a pretty big way to start, isn't it, with that many people there? That's a big one to start off on.
It is, and then we got into the party hire business with just a small little out of the garage setup. Started with hiring a set of fairy lights,
right?
And and from there, everything just grew. And how that really came about was Melita did a concert in Matakana for Pat Benatar,
Right.
which incidentally my band opened for.
Oh, really? Wow,
And
that's not a bad act to open for.
yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Got to meet Pat and her husband Spider, and the guys from Barkman Turner and America as well.
Wow.
So we sort of from there was a lot of stuff coming in out of Auckland, and we were thinking, hang on a minute, this is costing for freight and all that sort of thing. And then all of a sudden it was, why don't we do something? Why don't we do something up here? And that's really how we got into the party hire business. And it's just sort of, it's grown from there to where I got out of the fire service, and we're now Carlton Party Hire, and we're doing this full time.
I mean, it's the hierages, I suppose, changed for a lot of the gear that you would have hired out for like those big events. But you do all kinds of things, don't you?
We do. You know, we've always said we cater for events from 2 people wanting a dinner at the beach, up to 20,000 people for a massive concert. You know, and anything in between. Weddings. We've done weddings for 200, 300, 400 people. 400 people. You know, we do marquees, we do stretch tents. We've got a couple of big stretch tents up here. And basically, we work on the premise that if you can envisage it, we'll make it happen for you. And we'll take all the hassle out of it for you as well. So that a week out, a month out from your event, you're not having to worry about anything, because we will turn up when we say we're going to turn up on time, normally 10, 15 minutes early, and just get everything sorted for you.
Well, that's good, because I think one of the things I do like about you in the business, because you know we've been involved in the Maharangi Winter Festival of Lights, is if there's something that we want to get and you don't have, you go out of your way to find out how to get it for us, which is, I think that's the essence of running the business, right?
Exactly. You know, we're locally owned and operated, but we're also part of Carlton Party Hire, as you know, and it's a franchise system. And in that respect, we've got all the Auckland branches who may have something that people don't want, and we can obtain it for them from another branch, and then there's something else that they don't have to actually worry about. You know, we just take care of it for them.
That's good. Now, I mean, lockdown, everything just came to a grinding halt, as we know, and especially with events and everything. I mean, it's like a double whammy. So what did you learn from lockdown, and were there any positives that came out from lockdown?
So, I mean, the biggest thing I think for business people and for us is you can have a business plan that's 50 pages long, and you think, yep, we're tracking along really well on this business plan. Yeah. But one of the things you probably haven't got in the business plan is COVID-19, pandemic, level 4.
Yeah.
And you just have to expect the unexpected. It's just like doing an event. You know, you just have to wait for these things to happen. If they happen, you've got to find a way of dealing with it, you know, and you just, something like with what's happened with lockdown, it's just a matter of really rolling with it. And then you've also got the time to sit down and think, okay, how are we going to proceed with this? And is there anything we can do better than we've been doing? And for us, it actually gave us the time to sit down, analyze where we were going, and then work out, okay, what's going to be happening in the next 12 months? You know, no one actually really knows. We're hoping we're going into level 1 on Thursday, I think it is.
Yeah.
And let's just roll with the punches that we've got at the moment and give it more than your best shot. Things are probably going to have to be done differently.
Yeah.
But we'll still be making it happen. And you know, it's probably presented a lot more opportunities as well for people, whether it's our business or whether it's someone else's business down the road. Everyone's just analysing what they're doing and how they're going to move forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's given you that time for reflection. That is one thing. Is there anything in the future you think that this has made you go, okay, we definitely have to do this in the future?
Yeah, I think there's with the advent of Zoom,
Yeah.
um, you know, especially with people who are overseas, if they're going to be able to get into the country, we've done weddings in the past where um, we've been working with brides from overseas, and there's been a lot of emails and that sort of thing, and I think now with Zoom, if I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to chat with someone from overseas, it actually doesn't really concern me too much, because that's all part of the service that we offer. So I think that the likes of what we're doing now is very advantageous for us and for other businesses as well, in that it's a good way of moving forward and dealing with people who are not in the immediate vicinity or can't get up to see you and your business, but we can still make contact, and it's not just all via the email.
Oh, and I think that is the beauty of it. And of course, you can record it. So you have all the information you need is stored there that you can go back and refer to. So there's none of that confusion with the massive email chains that, that can happen when you're doing these things, right?
Yeah, you're not spending 20 minutes going back through the emails. Oh, did I say that? Or did you
I
say that?
I didn't mean that giant discount. I apologize for that. Yeah. No, so yeah, I think that it's been good, and for online and everything, it's made everybody really think about what they need to do in the future, right?
It has. I think it's changed everyone's perspective on shopping and that sort of thing, and a lot of stuff being done online now. And the moment we went into level 3, the email system started kicking in again, and we started hearing from brides who unfortunately had to postpone their weddings prior to lockdown, and now we're getting dates set for either before or after Christmas. And I think honestly, I think it's going to be a bumper season for us.
That's great.
Coming in and going through the wedding season next year. I think the biggest thing for like the events and the hire business was that this happened towards the end of March, and it didn't happen in January. If it had happened in January or February, it might have been a completely different story for a lot of people.
Yeah, right. The height of it, with everything's going on with summer, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So, and how's business been since we're alert level 2 and hurtling towards alert level 1? Has it been all right? Have you found more support locally from people?
Look, the locals have been fantastic. They really have. They've really supported us. Them knowing that we're locals I think has really helped immensely. And everyone's sort of what I've found is everyone's working in together, and everything's it's very, very easy. If someone's wanting something and we're just like, yep, we can fire it out the door, we can get it out to you. When do you want it? We're back to normal, and normal hours, that sort of thing. And plus we're still doing our usual. Gosh, if you forget something on Sunday, just give me a call on the mobile. I'll tell you if I'm here, and if we'll get it out to you as soon as we can.
Oh, that is the beauty of dealing with local. Okay, Grant. So if people want to, get something from Carlton Party Hire, what's the best way to get in contact with you and to see what you've got in the store?
So we're at 29 Glenmore Drive in Warkworth, and we are open from 9 till 5 weekdays, and on Saturday mornings from 9 till 12. We're back to pre-lockdown times now. Or you can email us. Our website has got all our contact details on it. That's probably that's the easiest place. And hey, the coffee machine is always on in store.
Yeah.
which is a bonus. Come and get a coffee, have a coffee with us.
That's brilliant. Make yourself home at Carlton Party Hire.
Yeah, yeah. And not forgetting also, Brent, we've got a special on at the moment. We're
Yep.
running 20% discount
Oh,
and free delivery for our local delivery area. And that's running through until the 31st of October for any events prior to that date. And all we ask is that it's booked and paid for before the 31st of October to qualify for the 20% discount.
oh, that is absolutely brilliant. I mean, for people around here, that's fantastic that you've gone through a list and you're still offering a great deal. That is
Oh,
awesome,
thanks,
Grant.
Brent. Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for having a chat with me today and all the very best.
No worries. Thanks, Brent. It's good to catch up.